No, you don't understand, Will. One time he tried to run me and my mama over with a car.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, wait, what?
He couldn't believe that Michael had the nerve to call it I'm bad. He was like, there's nothing badass about him.
Plays the bass, aims the bass at Mike's face, flicks his hair like, and walks off.
I said, listen, I'll put you right next to Michael.
Oh, and he didn't want to be next to Michael?
Done.
Prince said, what year do you want? The year the wall came out? Off the wall. Now, what year was that? Prince said, yeah, I'll get you one with that year on the back. Because that was the last time you had a hit. Oh! He literally said that to Michael.
Two of the greatest musicians who ever lived, born months apart, rose to superstardom at the exact same time, and spent decades in one of the pettiest, most fascinating rivalries in music history. This isn't Wikipedia. This is the story told by the people who were actually in the room. Quincy Jones, will.i.am, Lionel Richie, and Prince's own inner circle. 1983. Michael Jackson just dropped Thriller. Prince just dropped 1999. The press was building them up like the Beatles versus the Stones. And then James Brown invited both of them to his New Year's Eve concert. That's where it all started.
But Michael had 25 years experience and Prince had 5 years. And so Michael went up there, and in the video you'll see that. He sang for about 15 seconds and then did his moonwalk himself for 15 seconds and picked up the tempo. And he whispered in James Brown's ear.
James Brown brought up Michael, sang for about 30 seconds, and everybody went berserk. And you see Michael whispering in James's ear. James finally says, "The prince is here, bring up the prince," or something.
Here's what you need to understand. Michael had been studying James Brown since he was 5 years old. Prince? 5 years of experience to Michael's 25.
Mind you, this is a period of time where Prince is starting to challenge Michael. They were already saying, is Prince the new Michael Jackson? The press was building up a rivalry. It was the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. You couldn't invent something better.
Prince jumped on the back of his bodyguard, took the glove, threw him off, and then threw him back at him. Came up there and challenged Michael. But Michael had 25 years experience, and Prince had 5 years.
So Prince gets up there and he doesn't know what the hell to do. And he hated the fact that he was up there. Michael Jackson has just freaking worked the stage. You don't follow Michael Jackson.
And then, disaster.
Prince got on stage and knocked over that light pole and really messed up badly and embarrassed himself.
After the show, Prince was so devastated that he got humiliated in front of James Brown that he tried to run over Michael backstage.
No, you don't understand, Will. One time he tried to run me and my mama over with a car.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, wait, what? Mike came with me to see Prince perform. You did what? I'm like, yeah, he came to see me perform with Prince. He's like, well, if you got Mike to come see you perform with Prince.
Michael carried that story for over 20 years. And Prince? He kept that James Brown tape. Watched it over and over.
Prince used to watch that videotape. Prince knew exactly what Michael was up to. I said, don't you guys just want to be viewed as friends? Because I had seen them together. I said, don't you want people to know you're friends? I'll never forget the look Prince gave me. And he just kind of turned around and he just said, don't be naive. Not asking me because he wants me to be his friend. This is competition.
One day in 1983, he showed up. He told me he wanted to talk about something, looking out of sorts. He said, I have to find a way to knock Michael out of the #1 spot. It was driving him crazy that Thriller was breaking all sorts of sales records. You really want to top Michael? He nodded. Yes. Get Quincy Jones to produce your next album. His eyes got wide. He sprang out of his seat. For a second, I thought he might hit me. He'd become unglued. I produce my own records. He stormed out, still yelling.
Prince's response? Purple Rain. Produced it himself. Beat Thriller at the American Music Awards, 1985.
Around the Purple Rain time, Prince and Michael Jackson were kind of neck and neck. You know, Michael had Thriller,
Yeah.
Prince had Purple Rain, and he had the movie on top of that. So he was a
Exactly.
movie star.
I think that they were on the same level as artists, but I think Michael was straight entertainer, where Prince did it all. You know, Prince was the entertainer, the writer, the producer, everything.
The biggest charity single in history. Every major star showed up, except one.
I kept calling. I was not going to let it go. And I said, let me try one more time. Prince. We need you down here. He says, can I have a separate room to record in? Because you know Prince.
Yeah.
And I
But
said,
that's not how it was.
I can't give you a separate room. And then I made the worst mistake. I said, listen, I'll put you right next to Michael. So no, I said, Prince, are you there? He said, I'll do a guitar solo. We had everyone to stand next to each other. There's Paul Simon, there's Bob Dylan.
Yeah, so check your ego at the door, right?
Back street somewhere, you know. So you can't just say, I'm gonna let it happen. So I said, all right, I'll call you later.
And you never
Click,
called
that
back?
was the end of it.
Michael Jackson bypassed the American Music Awards to come in by himself and record one final guide vocal.
Everybody at the awards was talking about it, see the studio, you know. This was huge.
It's just disappointment, you know, from one person to another that he wasn't there when he was asked about, you know, sort of why, you know, you feel what a jerk.
But here's what Prince said publicly.
I'm strongest in a situation where I'm surrounded by people I know. It's better that I did it that way, the music, than going down and participating there. I probably would have just clammed up with so many great people in the room.
Quincy Jones saw an opportunity. If these two ever work together, history.
So the phone rings about 5 minutes before they're supposed to meet, and he says, "Hi, Q. Is Prince there yet?" And Quincy said, "No, Prince isn't here yet." He said, "Okay." He hangs up. 5 minutes later, the phone rings. It's Prince. "Hey, Q. Is Michael there yet?" "No, he's not here yet." "Okay, click." This goes on, I kid you not, for like 20 minutes. Prince and Michael are calling back and forth. Nobody wants to be the first one.
They finally sat down. Quincy pitched the duet. The song was called Bad.
Well, you know, that Wesley Snipes character, that would have been me. Now, I said, who's gonna sing that to whom? Because you sure ain't singing it to me. And I sure ain't singing it to you.
But Prince didn't just say no.
He couldn't believe that Michael had the nerve to call it I'm bad. He was like, there's nothing badass about him. And he could not let Michael get away with it. He said not only was he not going to sing it with him, he went in the studio and re-recorded what he thought it should be and sent it back to Michael. Like, no. And by the way, this is what it should be. And, I mean, that was the end of that. But that's how Prince was.
Years later, Michael's playing Minneapolis. Prince shows up with his crew.
We go backstage before Michael went on stage. Michael Jackson's crew pulled out a big news camera, and Prince goes, I told you. No filming. We're all wearing these cashmere coats. Prince had on his and said, Prince. Michael said, I really like those coats. Where did you get them from? And Prince said, do you want me to make you one? And Michael said, yes. All of our coats said 1988 on the back. And Prince said, what year do you want? The year the wall came out off the wall. Now, what year was that? Prince said, yeah, I'll get you one with that year on the back. Because that was the last time you had a hit. He literally said that to Michael.
And he wasn't done.
You know those mirror hearts? We watched Michael. Prince said, watch this. Prince purposely took the mirror heart and made sure the light flashed Michael in the eyes, reflected in Michael Jackson's face. Yes, he did. I'm not kidding you.
Prince brought over some sort of voodoo box. Michael was convinced that Prince was trying to cast a spell on him.
Michael reportedly said around this time,
"It's not fair he feels like I'm his opponent. I hope he changes because, boy, he's gonna get hurt. He's the type that might commit suicide or something."
23 years after James Brown, will.i.am arranges for Michael to see Prince perform in Vegas. What happens next? Payback.
So one time,
I don't think anybody ever says that.
He's like,
Mike called you.
He's in Vegas. He's like, I heard you guys have a show tonight. I'm like, yeah, we got a show going on 10. Oh, rats, you know, I'm gonna be sick. I gotta put the kids to sleep.
Oh, rats.
I'm like,
He really said, oh, rats?
I swear to you. I'm like, yeah, but if you come later, like in the middle of the show, now if I don't see the show from the beginning, it's no way for me to know what's actually going on. I was like, okay, so why don't you come? I'll be rocking with Prince like around 12:30. Oh, I can't go to that. I'm like, why? Prince is a meanie. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm
Did you say meanie?
He's a meanie. I'm like, no. He's really nice, Mike. He's like, no, you don't understand. One time, I'm like, no, he's really nice, man. I like, no, you don't understand, Will. One time he tried to run me and my mama over with a car.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, wait, what? He was like, yeah, I'm telling you. They always put me against him. I'm like, listen, it's different now. Why don't you just He'll be really happy to see you. Are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna call you back. At this time, I've already been working with Mike from 2005, 2006, and he came to see me rock with Prince 2007. I go on stage, I do my shit, freestyle, da-da-da-da-da-da. I come off stage, I go sit where Prince has Mike situated, and I sit, it's me here, Chris Tucker here, Ruth, Michael Jackson's manager's here, and then Mike there.
Okay.
So Mike whispers in Ruth's ear. Ruth then talks to me and says, Mike wants to know, why didn't you acknowledge Mike while you were on stage? So it's no disrespect, it's just that's not my stage.
Right.
I'm like, I'm sorry, bro, I'm sorry. So then he's like, oh no, it's okay, it's okay. Whispers in Prince's ear, and Ruth's ear. Ruth then talks to me. Mike wants to know how come Prince hasn't acknowledged him on stage. I'm like, oh.
Why is she asking you that?
So I'm like,
They were really
Mike.
like Bloods and Crips, huh?
I'm like, yo, Mike. So Prince is still on stage while this is all happening. He's playing. I'm like, oh no, I think because he has you in the VIP section, he's not trying to blow your cover.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's not trying to blow your cover. It ain't nothing like that. Like, oh man. And he was like, oh no, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And so as that conversation dies down, Prince then comes in front of us, walks through the crowd.
After his performance?
No, while he's performing.
While he's performing.
Plays the bass, aims the bass at Mike's face.
Yo, you going
and
too
then
long,
like,
Will.
niggas like, and Mike's like, doing this shit, right? This dude like flicks his hair like, and walks off. 5 minutes later, he's like, I gotta go. Meet me at my house for breakfast. I'm like, what time? He's like 7 o'clock in the morning. I go to his house for breakfast, knock on the door. As soon as I open up the door, he's like, why did Prince play the bass in my face? I was like, oh no, I just think he was just trying to respect. No, you don't get it. He's a meanie. He's a meanie. One time, like I told you, he tried to run me and my mama over with a car.
Here's the thing nobody talks about. Behind closed doors.
But then at the end of the night, Michael came to Paisley Park, and then him and Prince ended up going to his house, and they had a really good chat. And Prince told us we had to leave because him and Michael were going to, spend some private time together at Prince's house. People thought they were really enemies, but they were really good friends. They really were.
This is an incomplete picture, but Prince loved the rivalry. Competition makes you better and stronger. What's the use of being the best football team or whatever if you don't have anybody else to play? I mean, you want to play an opponent who's as strong as you. So I know he enjoyed that rivalry very much. I can also safely say I don't think Prince was threatened musically by Michael. They had different sets of strengths. So Michael didn't do what Prince did. So Prince, I think, admired him and really loved the rivalry. And with Michael, because there was this rivalry, he wasn't willing to let on how much he admired Michael, but he definitely did. Definitely did.
June 25th, 2009. Michael Jackson is gone.
When Michael dies, Prince was in rehearsal for headlining the Montreux Jazz Festival in Switzerland. When the news comes that Michael has died, he immediately canceled rehearsal, sent all of his band members home, and locked himself in his bedroom for days and wouldn't come out. He calls me to say, what you doing this summer? We talk. He's, I'm headlining Montreux. You want to come? I said, sure. I pack up my bags. I go to Montreux. I go to Switzerland with Prince. He kills the show about 1:30 in the morning. We stop by a little after party. We stay there for about a half hour or so. About 2 o'clock in the morning, we're back to his hotel. He's staying in the presidential suite. Of course, where else would Prince stay? Presidential suite, top floor of this hotel with sway that has French doors, I'll never forget it, that open out to the rooftop of the hotel. We walk out there about 2-something in the morning, and we sat on the rooftop of that hotel looking at the Swiss Alps until the sun came up. And he sat and he talked and he talked. And in that moment, again, it was so surreal to hear him talking for hours about his respect for Michael's genius, for Michael's gift, for Michael's showmanship. And I will never forget, as long as I live, just sitting there and just listening.
Two titans, same era, same ambition. They pushed each other to greatness through pettiness, through competition, through moments that were equal parts genius and absurd. Prince flashing mirrors in Michael's eyes, Michael whispering setup jobs to James Brown. 20 years of shade. And underneath all of it, respect that neither one could ever fully admit. Here's my question for you. Who do you think actually won, Prince or Michael? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you want more stories from the people who were actually there, hit subscribe. I've got plenty more coming.